So the three major highways we have in Charlotte is 277 that wraps around Uptown. We call our downtown Uptown. The reason why we call it Uptown is because it literally sits up. I can actually see Uptown from as far as South Carolina, straight up. And, for those that don't know, South Carolina is like minutes away from Charlotte. We're basically, the way Charlotte sits in the state of North Carolina, we're at the bottom. So once you leave Charlotte, you're entering into another state, which is South Carolina. And most people migrate, and I know I'm jumping from, here and there, whatever have you, but take notes. I'm telling you, I'm giving you some great information if you plan on living here. So most people, live, the reason, what, okay, all right, let me get my thoughts right. All right. So most people that can't afford or their lifestyle doesn't permit them to live in Charlotte city limits, most people live in places like Rock Hill, Fort Mill, that sit like basically right on the South Carolina, North Carolina state line. You understand? So you're basically getting the best of both worlds. Being in South Carolina, taxes are cheaper, houses, all of that stuff. Everything is cheap in South Carolina. So most people, like, if you're smart, you'll live like on the outskirts of Charlotte. Living on the outskirts of Charlotte or living in the suburbs of Charlotte suburbs is actually living in South Carolina. So what you do is you work, you play, and you do all of that stuff in Charlotte. And then, hey, when you want to come home and you want to relax and be the king or the queen of your own castle, you drive back home to South Carolina or Gastonia. Well, let me break it down to you. So most people that live in the surrounding areas, they live in places like surrounding areas like outside of Charlotte, surrounding around Charlotte, right? So they live in places like Gastonia, Kannapolis, Fort Mill, Rock Hill. What's another one? Huntersville is not cheap, but people live in Huntersville. Huntersville is like more uppity, like the Lake Norman, Huntersville, and Morrisville area. It's all one big clump. So that sits like above Charlotte. So technically, Huntersville is not Charlotte, but it's part of Mecklenburg County. You understand? So, you have these surrounding counties or little cities or what you want to call it. It's sort of like how Atlanta is set up, and then you have Metro Atlanta. So, you have the surrounding cities and shit like that around Atlanta, such as Sandy Springs, Marietta, Dunwoody, College Park, East Point, and the list goes on. You understand? Same thing with, let me think of something else. Same thing with like New York. If you live in if you live in New Jersey, you understand, and you want to party and play and all the rest of that stuff, you go into one of the 5 boroughs. And then after that, you shoot shit, do whatever business you got going on or whatever have you. That shit is done, and you go back to the suburbs, New Jersey. That's how it's set up. Same setup here. No different. You understand? What else? Jobs. So, it is to my understanding that we have 3 major fields when it comes to jobs. Industries, I don't know how to put it, but for the most part, the 3 are technology, healthcare, and finances, banking. So you're going to do great if you are in, if you're into one of those 3 fields. I'm going to say it again. Finances, banking. We have 2 of the biggest banks in America that are here, that they have made Charlotte their home. This is their headquarters. That is, actually 3, to be real with you. Truist, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America. You understand? Healthcare, We have the biggest healthcare provider here, if I'm not mistaken, is Atrium Health. You understand? They're actually building a campus right now as we speak, or as I speak, right in Dilworth, going down Moorhead. It's gonna be kind of like in the middle of Uptown, and I guess they would say it's in Midtown. But yeah, they're building a whole campus. You know what I'm saying? Atrium Health is in I'll just say Midtown. And technology. You know what I'm saying? Google Fiber's here. You know, I don't know what other companies are here. You understand? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You'll do pretty good. You'll make pretty good money if you are in those three fields. Now, if you're just like a regular general worker, you know what I'm saying? Like you just work temp jobs and stuff like that. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put it out on the table. You know, North Carolina, or should I say the South? The South is known for temp jobs. The positive part about temp jobs is you can get a job that may, you know, last you about 2 to 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like the job, after the 2 or 3 months, you can switch over to another job. Or after the 2 or 3 months, if you like the job and you've been busting your ass off, they have this probationary time period. I'll say a gray area with 90 day period where they evaluate your performance. And then at the end of the 90 days, if you performed well, they'll offer you a job. They'll offer you a position in their company. That's the positive side about it. The negative side about it is there are no unions. You have no health benefits. No overtime, if I'm not mistaken. And what else? Oh, you can get laid off at any given time. You know what I'm saying? You can. They may say that your job, you have a job for 3 months, but after a month, they may just lay you off. You know what I'm saying? So that's the negative side of it. I would suggest for those that are kind of confused in, you know, how you want to make your money, that you need to like really sit down and think about that thing. Like if you don't want to go to school, if education is not your thing, then pick up a trade. You know, become a carpenter, electrician, a mechanic, a plumber. If you don't want to do that, then I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Try a talent that, you know, monetize a talent that you may have. Regardless, I'm telling you, Charlotte is not this peachy keen, like, you know, city. People continue to think that Charlotte sits over here, and Atlanta, these major cities like Atlanta, Los Angeles, Miami, New York, all of those cities sit over here because those are the most expensive cities over there. You understand? Those are the cities that we're trying to get away from because gentrification is running rampant and things are turning and prices it is super duper hyperinflation in those bigger cities. So what a lot of people tend to do is they tend to run to a place that looks like excuse me, that it could be more appealing, like it's more cheaper. Yeah, at this point in time, right now, it can be a little bit more cheaper. But I'm telling you, Charlotte is on its way of moving on over to the other side of the chessboard. So, in other words, what I'm saying, don't you think that you could bring your happy ass down here or up here because you listen to a bunch of people that said, oh yeah, you know, I drove to Charlotte, I drove to Atlanta, I drove to Florida or Miami or whatever with $10 in my pocket and half a tank of gas, and now I'm a millionaire. No, that shit don't happen to everyone. Matter of fact, most of the time, that shit is clickbait. You plan on living in Charlotte, you better have your fucking house in order. It's just that plain and simple. And what I mean by house in order, you better get your shit right. Straight up. Because Charlotte's becoming just as expensive as any other major city. Just that plain and simple. So make sure you have your shit right. Let's talk about education. They got shitloads of colleges if that's where you want to go. Got a lot of those. You know what I'm saying? UNC Charlotte, Queens College. And then they have, the technical college. I forgot what they call that. That's located in Midtown. You got the HBCU, Johnson C. Smith, University. That's located in, the Bettysford area. Bettysford Road, North Charlotte. You have the culinary school, Johnson and Wales University. If you plan on being a chef or whatever have you, hey, we got Johnson and Wales University right down the street, located dead in Uptown. You know what I'm saying? Far as high schools, public schools, overall public schools, elementary, middle school, high schools, you do not want to put your children in any type of Mecklenburg County school. I'm just being real with you. Charlotte, Mecklenburg County School, whatever the fuck. You don't want to put any of your children in any of these damn public schools that's located in Charlotte. Now, if you want to bring, take your children to good schools, come on. Need I say any more? Need I say any more? Straight up, need I say any more? You know how it goes? I don't understand why is it that y'all think that Charlotte's any different. They follow the same type of regimen, the same type of infrastructure and all of that shit, just like any other goddamn city. So if you want to get a good education, you want your children to get a good education, you know where you gotta live. You know where you have to live. Where property taxes are higher and they dump the property tax, the taxes into the public school system. This is the reason why kids are getting an outstanding fucking education in places like Huntersville, Matthews, Lake Norman. So if you want to get, this is real TV. Real Talk TV. I don't know, y'all may be new to my channel, but this is how I talk. This is how I get down. You can call me a ghetto tourist, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But this is how I get down. This is how I talk. So if you don't like how I talk and how I get down, and you want me to talk like, Charlotte is like this and talk a whole bunch of, numbers. You want me to give you a whole bunch of analytics and shit like that? And you on a wrong fucking channel. Other than that, here on this channel, nigga, please, you gonna get the real. So, if you want your children to have a good education, I suggest that you homeschool them, charter school. That may be a way more better choice than the public school system. I'm just letting you know that it's not great here, but the colleges are. UNC Charlotte, great campus. Johnson Wales University, great campus. Johnson C. Smith, great campus. UNC Queens College, great campus. So if you're going to college, hey, good deal. Public school system, Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, school system, public school system, entertainment. You have, South Boulevard, you have Uptown, you have, several different places in and around Charlotte, things to do. You have Whitewater Park, you have Carowinds, you have, it's several places like in Huntersville and Lake Norman where they have, of course, it's a lake. You could swim, boat. You could rent boats in Lake Norman. You could rent boats in Lake Wiley. They have like a man-made beach in Lake Norman. What else? Of course, parks. Freedom Park. A nice park. It's somewhat like Piedmont Park, located in Atlanta. But of course, Charlotte's Freedom Park is half the size of Piedmont Park, but it's still nice. Nightlife, on an entertainment level, they have this in the near future. They call it the entertainment district, something like that. That they're going to actually build right next to the airport, Charlotte Douglas Airport. They're like redoing all of that area. You know what I'm saying? They have this area called the River District as well. You know what I'm saying? In that area. So there are a lot of up and new coming projects and plans that are in the making that's going to make Charlotte way more appealing to the regular person's eyes. But for now, the entertainment, it's just really kind of like, no lie, like if you're not going to South Boulevard, like Uptown, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Carowinds is decent, Whitewater Park, all of these different parks and stuff like that is decent, but it gets to the point where you continue to go, Discovery Place in Uptown with the kids. You continue to go to these places. How many places? Excuse me. How many times are you going to go to these parks and stuff like that to the point when you become bored? Now, this is what's so exciting about the whole thing as far as dealing with things to do. I'll say things to do in entertainment. You don't necessarily have to, you know what I'm saying, just chill or, do family outings or, outings by yourself exclusively in Charlotte or around Charlotte. No, you have a whole big state. And in the state of North Carolina, man, Charlotte is roughly about 2.5 hours away from the mountains. You know what I'm saying? In Asheville. Then you have, the zoo, Asheboro Zoo, one of the biggest zoos that I've been to on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Which is about 1.5 hours. Then you have Greensboro has Wet and Wild Park. You know what I'm saying? A water park. Greensboro's about 1 hour and 15 minutes away from here. You have the rivalries going on. The Duke versus UNC. You know what I'm saying? The Battle of the Blues. It's a lot of things going on. If you like sports, oh my God, you can forget it. If you're a sports fanatic, you can forget it because, come on, North Carolina is all about their basketball and football. Straight up. So, far as dealing with things to do in entertainment, you don't necessarily have to just stay in Charlotte. We're 4 hours away from Myrtle Beach, let me take that back. I apologize. We're 3 hours away from Myrtle Beach, 3.5 hours away from Myrtle Beach, about 4 hours away from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, if you ain't got nothing to do, Raleigh and Durham, about 2 hours away. You could go chill in Durham. Raleigh. Well, I didn't say Durham, might be Raleigh. Raleigh though, you know what I'm saying? You could chill in Raleigh. And Raleigh is a new and upcoming city. I ain't gonna say just like Charlotte, but it's running behind Charlotte. So now that we've covered just about everything, transportation. Here in Charlotte we have what you call the light rail, the Lynx light rail. It goes from one part of 485, which is like on the bottom. We call it South Charlotte. I don't know if they call it Southeast. I don't know, because I just found out I'm living in Southwest Charlotte. I thought I was living in South Charlotte, but now I just found out I'm living in Southwest Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I live in the Still Creek area. You know what I'm saying? So let me talk about the areas real quick. Just mention the names of the areas, and then after that I'll get to the transportation part. All right. So the areas. So you have the Huntersville, Lake, Norman, Matthews area, which sits like above Charlotte, right? And then you have like North Charlotte. And if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section of this video. I'm not perfect, all right? We're here to help one another. So then you have North Charlotte. North Charlotte is pretty much like Betty's Ford Road, you know what I'm saying? All North Lake Mall, entering into University area. Some people don't claim the University area like it doesn't start like a North Lake Mall or a W.T. Harris. I do because it runs into, like, W.T. Harris runs into, like, the heart of the university area, or what they call University City now, which is, the heart is, in my opinion, where North Tryon and W.T. Harris meet, the intersection. You understand? So you have North Charlotte, and let me name the areas, and then let me let you know whether those areas are good or bad to live in. So, of course, Lake Norman, Huntersville, and Mooresville area, great area to live in, expensive. North Charlotte, depends on where you're living in North Charlotte. If you're in the Bettysford area, all in that area, not too safe. There's somewhat gentrifying the area. They haven't gentrified it yet. University City, nice, decent area. Used to be, you know what I'm saying? They call it the university area because of the fact that the university is in that area. The University of, or should I say, the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. Right? Decent area, but it's on its way down. Crime is going up in that area. Then you have, like, I'll say Ballantyne. I can't even say that Ballantyne, like, I can't even say it's like in South Charlotte or whatever. Ballantyne sits by itself. It's basically on the bottom of Charlotte. You understand? Nice place to live in. One of the best, I forgot to say this, if you are going to send your child off to a high school in Charlotte, it would be Audrey Kell. They have one of the best high schools in Charlotte, if not, in the state. You know what I'm saying? Up North Carolina. So it's expensive. Steel Creek, middle class. Interracial relationships are high. Interracial marriages are high as shit in this area. Because, it's a no-brainer. Black people and white people get along. You know what I'm saying? You have your white-collar and blue-collar workers here, mostly blue-collar workers, here located in Steel Creek. A lot of people overlook Steel Creek because they think that there ain't really no money here. Yeah, whatever. We're not too far from Lake Wiley. And you travel down Sharpton Road, you will beg to differ. You understand? So I think that's about it. East Charlotte, rough. A lot of Hispanics live over there, and there's no disrespect towards Hispanics. I'm just stating that a lot of Hispanics live over there. It's rough. West Charlotte, rough, but they're slowly but surely taking that over, especially West Boulevard. I go to the Y. I go to a couple of Ys, but one of the YMCAs I go to is located off of West Boulevard. I love that Y. You know what I'm saying? It's where you can. It's a shame that we have to talk about racism the way that we, racism and this whole color shit the way that we do. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, and the shit ain't going nowhere. The reason why it's not going anywhere is because right now, as I'm talking, there's a parent teaching his or her child how to be a racist. Unfortunately, I have to say, when I'm at that YMCA, I can be myself. I can be black. I can talk black. I can joke black. I can sing black. I can be black. Whereas I can't be black and down. I gotta be like a robot. And that's the reason why I wish West Boulevard YMCA had more equipment and a hot tub. If it had more equipment and a hot tub like Dow has, I would never go back to Dow. Because I love being amongst my people. And that's not being racist. It's just that when we do treat one another good, black people that is, we treat one another great. I mean great. And it's a beautiful thing to be around us. Matter of fact, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get off of it. But I'm going to explain it to you like this. Yo, there are white people that go there. Because West Boulevard is slowly but surely being gentrified. They got big plans in that area. So Dilworth, you got Dilworth, and then you have East Boulevard, right? East Boulevard runs all the way up, comes across South Boulevard, and goes straight down, and then it turns, I think, like at the intersection of South Tryon and East Boulevard, right where that check cashing place is at on the corner, and then on the right hand side, I think it's Bojangles. Yeah, it's Bojangles. Right when you get that light right there, that intersection, once you pass by that light, it turns over to West Boulevard, and then you go under 77, and that's where it gets black. I'm not gonna lie, but they're slowly but surely taking it over, straight up. But anyway, yeah, man, West Boulevard, it's debatable for now. But they're gonna tear that whole area apart. In my opinion, I think what they're gonna do is they're going to push everybody out. I'm talking about all of the people that ain't got no money. Minorities, that is. They're gonna push them all the way out, right? And here and there, we've been seeing, little bitty petty crime. We caught this one murder about 2-3 months ago, Still Creek area, that is. I'm saying this, I'm making a point. Hear me out. So we caught this one murder, right? Other than that, most of the time, Still Creek is really quiet, right? I think, in my opinion, they're going to push everybody out into Still Creek, and Still Creek is going to be fucked up. Straight up. Other than that, based on the way the city is moving, gentrification, and them building and tearing down shit, man, please. Niggas ain't gonna be able to live in Charlotte. I'm just being real with you. I'm keeping it over 1,000, over 100 with you. For real. I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand how you all don't understand that. The powers that be are playing musical chairs with us. And at every generation, things shift and change. And the powers that be knows that. And know that. And they shift and they change with the shift and change. And it's crazy that as we become more modernized, right? We have all this technology. We're entering into a world where, it's going to be automation. You go into a fast food restaurant like Wendy's, you order from the kiosk, and then you got a robotic hand that's flipping fries and flipping your burger, and one human cashier that's giving you your food and calling your name when your name is being called on the flat screen TV after your food is done. You know what I'm saying? They're stating Ray Kurzweil, I think that's his name. That's his name, but I think that's how you pronounce his name. Got Ray Kurzweil that says by 2025, he's projecting that machines and man will merge in together. And we think that all this technology, the emergence of robots and automation is going to make our lives better. We think that the move to Charlotte or this place or that place is going to make our lives better. The housing market is better over there. The gas is cheaper. Yeah, they got you all running to the cheapest. But at the end of the day, it's all the same. We're being controlled. And if you really truly believe that you're not, you being more controlled than another person that's under control on a regular basis, on a normal basis. That at the end of the day, man, we don't have no control of our lives. We just don't. We truly believe that we do because they gave us this thing called democracy. Ain't no democracy in this shit. Land of the free, ain't nothing free up in this motherfucker. We gotta pay for every fucking thing. That plain and simple. I'm gonna leave y'all with this and then I'm gonna be done. Excuse me. I got a summer cold. It's the worst. It's a cough though. That's it. My nose is not stuffed up and running. For those that care or are concerned. Anyway, I saw in the news, WBTV news, and this may or may not inspire you to move here. I know it wouldn't inspire me. It would be I'm not going to say a deciding factor, but it would let me know where Charlotte stands as of today, right? Looking on WBTV News about 3 days ago, and I read the caption, and it fucked me up. The caption read on the news, discussions of putting toll lanes from uptown all the way down to South Carolina state line. Let me tell you something. I take 77 almost every fucking day. I drive down that highway almost every fucking day. You see, this is what leads me to the point where you didn't think I was gonna take it there, but I am. I take this highway every fucking day. And you telling me that this highway that I've been taking for years, that I possibly may have to pay for it? I'm gonna take it a step further. If I stay in this house, I have to pay $200 to $300 more. The rent has increased here. So Charlotte is tearing down old communities. You know, the gentrification thing going on, right? And putting up high-priced condos, townhomes, and houses and shit. Not only are they doing that, but there's land here. Do you all understand why the South is taking over, and that, yo, this is the place to be? Why? Because for one, you can't own land in New York. That's one, in the North, in a lot of northern states. And two is it's gotten so bad in the northern states that they can't even build on top of each other, on top of each other now, because that's how cluttered it is. But in the South, we have one thing that the North doesn't have, and that's land. And not only do we have land, but land for sale. And what these corporations are doing, you know, they have the resources to do it. They have 13 million, 50 million laying around to buy 50, 60, 70 acres of land and put communities all in it. But that's what they're doing. They're building new communities. In other words, they are rebuilding Charlotte. The airport is being renewed. The Charlotte's library is closed in Uptown. That's being renewed or redeveloped. There are new projects popping up everywhere in Charlotte. You got the Gateway Station. You have what's going on. They with Optimus Hall, the Noda area. They're about to build like a big park in that area. There's so much shit going on. By the time they get finished with Charlotte, you're going to move. You're going to want to move right back to the place you left. Why? Because Charlotte is going to be just as bad. The crime is going to be just as bad as it is from the place you left. The price, the cost of living is going to be just as bad as the place that you left. Traffic, the list goes on. So, my point I'm making to you is that you're trying to run away to something better. That something better just hasn't got worse yet. But it definitely will in the near future. That at the end of the day, Charlotte is not going to be a beacon of light. It's not. It's going to be just like in Atlanta, just like in Miami. The only difference is, and the reason why you don't think it's going to be like that, is because we're a couple years behind. Give us about 10 years. We'll be no different from any other major state, whether it's good, whether it's good or bad.